It's a pleasure to welcome you all to this special session, the academic panel discussion at the International Conference on Future Technologies 2025. This session brings together experienced academicians and leaders to share their thoughts on how the education and technology can move hand in hand to build a better future. So on behalf of Walchand College of Engineering, Sangli, I warmly welcome all respected panelists, faculty members, researchers, and all participants joining us today in hybrid mode for our conference. So I request all the panel members to please be on stage. Today we have, for the discussion panel, we have Dr. Surendra Rathod sir, Director, Walchand College of Engineering, Sangli. I welcome all the dignitaries on the stage. Dr. Prashant Menghal sir, Professor, MCEME, Sikandarabad. Dr. Sunil Tamankar sir, Professor Narayan Marathe sir, Dr. Vijay Mohale sir. I request all the dignitaries to please be on stage. As there is a saying in Sanskrit, Sa Vidya Ya Vimuktaye, a good discussion increases the dimension of everyone's who takes part in it enthusiastically. So we are honored to have with us distinguished panel experts, Dr. Surendra S. Rathod, Director, Walchand College of Engineering, Sangli, a visionary leader guiding the institute towards excellence in education and research. Then Dr. Prashant Menghal sir, Professor, MCEME, Sikandarabad, an inspiring academician known for his rich teaching and research experience. Then we have Dr. Sunil Tamankar sir, Registrar, WCE Sangli, an able administrator and academic leader who ensures smooth coordination of academic and administrative growth. Then Professor Narayan Marathe sir, Senior Faculty Member at WCE Sangli, a dedicated teacher whose vast experience continues to guide young engineers. And Dr. Vijay Mohale sir, Head of Department of Electrical Engineering, WCE Sangli, a dynamic leader who encourages innovation and interdisciplinary learning. So a warm welcome to all panelists, and I hand over the session to panel members for the discussion, sir. So please.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. A very good evening to everyone present here. I am Dr. Vijay Mohale, moderator to this panel discussion. So it gives to immense pleasure to welcome you all. Academic panel discussion on the topic shaping the future research, challenges, opportunity, and global perspective. As you are aware, we have shaped the IEEE ICFT2025 for the two words innovation and research. So to understand that research, we have designed such a multidisciplinary IEEE conference. So today's panel bring together some of the most distinguished experts who have contributed immensely to the science and engineering. To understand the explorer of IEEE, we have identified the kind of domain. Those are semiconductor, drone technologies, IoT, and artificial intelligence, all of which are shaping our collective future. So let us begin the panel discussion as a part of IEEE conference. As recently Madam introduces to all the panelists. So I have the first question to the first panelist, Dr. Surendra S. Rathod. And the topic is relevant to the emerging areas, semiconductor, a global perspective. Sir, so you have a question. With the global push towards semiconductor self-reliance, how do you see Indian position itself in the global semiconductor ecosystem? Please, sir.
Thank you very much for having me here as a panelist. And thank you, sir, for this interesting topic of semiconductors, which is very near to my heart. Semiconductors nowadays is like an oil. You know what is the meaning of an oil. If there is no oil, you can't travel. Similarly, if there are no semiconductors, nowadays we can't even talk. Now this session has been live telecast on YouTube channel. This is all happening because of digital technologies, because we have semiconductor devices. Now semiconductors is not something new. It is very old technology. And lot of multinational companies have grown because of semiconductors. Today, even if you say it's not only Intel or IBM, even if you say Amazon, it's basically it goes towards the semiconductor products. So all the companies which you think now that they have grown just now, it's not like that. We came to know about these companies recently. They have landed here and captured our market recently. We were only consumers for them for so many years. India's first design center, which was at Chandigarh, SCL Mohali. So we started very great in 70s. But you know what happened in our country in the 70s? We were in emergency and somehow we lost that bus. And once we lost that bus, we never picked up again. Semiconductor bus was never picked up. However, now after the pandemic, everyone realized the importance of semiconductor devices. Even government realized, and therefore a lot of initiatives have come forward from the government, like India Semiconductor Mission, ISM. We were completely dependent on the countries like United States, Taiwan, or China. Now also we are dependent. Our entire supply chain was disrupted during the pandemic. It's not that educationists or the researchers, they were not trying hard to bring the semiconductor technology and work related to semiconductor technology in the country. But there was no support, enough support available. However, now we are very much positioned to take forward our country into the semiconductor domain. So I think this is the right time for us because of the global pressure, because of the Western pressures. Western powers, you know what is happening in the global scenario, and this is the perfect time for us to have our own semiconductor manufacturing companies and bright future for our youngsters, I believe.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your thoughtful insights. You are very true. As the world is adopting the semiconductors. I'm fellow from electrical. You are very true. So far we have devices. Yes, sir. It looks like it's very big. And due to the advancement in semiconductor, now it is in the very teeny natures. Thank you, sir. My second question to the panelist, Dr. Prashant Mengal, sir. As his area of research is drone and anti-drone technologies. Dr. Mengal, see, drone technology has rapidly evolved in the last decade. What are the most promising research directions in UAV and anti-drone systems?
Yeah, nowadays we have already seen the recent war between the Sindoor 2.02. In that, most of the places we have used the drones. Drone technology is a war of drones only. And even though all China's drone, they have used the Indian drones, hundred of drones. We have killed their drone also, neutralized. So we have to use both the technology as the drone and anti-drone. And nowadays UAV are there, small drones are there because of the GNSS, that is Global Navigation Satellite Systems. We are able to achieve that. And Government of India also launched, last 5 years there are the hundreds of startup. Even though startup is done by the student, you might be seen in the social media that bit student, 2 bit student, they have given the bits have that criteria, they have given 1 year for the student. They can break out their education and develop some startup and then again come back to finish their engineering. So one of the drone startups started by the bit student, and they made the drone with the very cheaper cost. It is the cost is in the 1,000 to some K, not in the lakhs and all. And they proven that. People have seen the videos, I think so. Most of the people, social media, and even the newspaper, that news has all. So we have to try to motivate the students. It should be start with the hobby. Now the students are doing, even though if you go for the Amazon, if you want to purchase a small kit of the drone, it may cost 10,000, not more than 10,000, below that only. So we have to that. Second thing, as a academician or as a researcher, I am in defense, so we are work on the lot of technologies. We use all the drones, and we are thinking that drone from the defense perspectives, right from the navigation, right from the neutralization, right from the anti-drone solutions. We are tried, and lot of people we have also developed anti-drone solutions. That's why soft skill and hard skill means with the help of drone, we can neutralize their drone. And during Operation Sindoor, we have utilized that technology for that. And lot of startup has supplied that solutions in every aspects now. Wherever you go, even though agriculture, some people are using the AI-based drones. You might be seen that they are for the cultivations, and then farming related things. One of the video recently I saw in the YouTube. That man from the Bhopal, who is doing the agriculture in that, he has completely AI base and drone base. He is doing the agriculture completely, and his profit base is crores together yearly. So that way we have to start with that. We have developed one drone labs where we start from the scratch, from the initial level drone to higher level design, from the software level to implementation level, and fault diagnosis and repair technology. We have developed recently, we have developed that lab. It cost us crores together, but we have to start at least small drone club for the students. And we have to motivate them, because now all AI with drone, there is no pure AI or there is no pure robotics. Robotics also coming up very well. And there are the Government of India scheme also, E-Yantralaya website is there. They are providing small funding also for the colleges. They are coming and they are conducting the workshop in the colleges also, engineering colleges also. Lot of facility from the global also. MIT also started some drone-based courses free of cost, or Stanford also started. So we have to take the advantage of that, because future is that only, UAV. You know that Amazon is, as sir already told, Amazon is using on the semiconductor base. They are using for delivery in US. Drone is using for the delivery. Amazon is using. So drone is the future, and we should start with the academics, because previously what is happening, we talk about the illiterate, those who cannot read and write. But nowadays, those who cannot learn and understand and adopt the technology, they are the most illiterate youngsters, basically as a student. If you cannot adapt, learn and implement, you can't think that I am an electrical engineer or I am an electronics engineer. It is not that. It is now multidisciplinary. Everything is multidisciplinary. You can't say that I am a computer engineer, I will do only softwares. It's not like that. So we have to learn, we have to adapt the technology, and we have to develop the skill ourselves. Skill-based education is very, very important. Rather than doing programmings or theoretical and all, we should know that how my theoretical knowledge can be correlate with the practical knowledge. Then and then real learning happens. You guys have that, young guys have a lot of potential rather than us. You born with the technology. And your mind is also Gen Z mind, that is you are faster than us. So you have to utilize those things. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for your inputs, and I'm sure that it will definitely helpful to them in their respective areas. As you rightly pointed out, recently, India also got crore rupees of funding in collaboration with IITs and regional institute like VJTI and Sweri Pandharpur. They also got huge funding. Anyway, thank you. So third panelist, Dr. Sunil Tamankar sir, and he has given the topic is brief about IoT and its relevance in modern systems. So Dr. Tamankar, the Internet of Things have become essential part of smart cities, including energy and healthcare. So how do you assess its long-term impact on sustainability, please?
Okay. Basically, IoT includes, now you can connect each and every device to the internet. So huge data creation takes place, and that data is used for analytics and further things. Now the smart cities, we need historical data, and on that basis we can take the further decisions. And for that, the devices which are currently not on the internet, now you have to connect on the internet. So main challenge we have to face is the heterogeneity, because each and every device which is connected having the different hardware, they are using different protocols and huge data creation. So we need to maintain the integrity of the data, privacy of the data in that respect. Now this smart city and other projects which are led by the government of India, now for that what is required is maintaining the entire things in one platform, on the one what we call it as a theme. So for that, integrity or integration of all this is required, and that happens with the IoT only. So today IoT is running on the embedded platform, which are having very small computing power, but still the cloud and other will help the IoT to do that. But now enhancement taken place, which is typically called as edge computing and fog computing, all these are supporting this. So definitely IoT will help to do this kind of projects which are there in the smart city and other. Regarding the green computing or sustainability, yes, definitely, because all these devices are low power. Okay, they're running on the low power. So, but another concept comes, which is distance of communication. When you go for the low power, you cannot travel a longer distance. So for that, you have to build the different protocols which are based on this. So with these different challenges are there, but now it has overcome, and what you can see is in the house also number of devices are connected and you can control from this place, and this is real IoT. Earlier it was limited to the industry, but now it has penetrated such that each and everybody who knows the technology can talk about the IoT. So definitely this will help to build this future of India. Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's really very true. Now we have the fourth panelist, Professor Narayan Marathe. The topic of his discussion is artificial intelligence and machine learning, which is very emerging. So Professor Marathe, AI ML are reshaping the research and industry globally. So how do you see their role involving in academic research environments?
Yeah. So we are hearing about, up to pandemic, this word was not so much in practice. Even in pandemic, the thing was online and remote communication. Post pandemic, we are every day listening this word. Now when we think of research, the AI has, in fact, prior to AI, proliferation of computing and communication has made research much challenging. We can think of few centuries back when Edison and Swan had invented incandescent lamp. It was invented independently at such a distance, and invention at the same time is impossible. So who has invented earlier, that question was set aside, because it was thought that while granting the patent or that name for the researcher, since both of them have independently developed the theme, because nobody could copy other, because communication was not possible during that small period. So what we can say, the notion is, there are wrong notions about research, that something which nobody has thought over and unique in the world, and everybody tries that I should be like Einstein, which is impossible. So what AI has done now, that the challenge before today's generation is everything is known, what is new for me to find out. That's a bigger challenge. And so in academic research, in education institutes now, we can think of research hackathon. It's a new theme, that's what I feel. That research hackathon is to be conducted in, one thing is that in continuation you have to sit for something which is rigorous. So we have to provide non-AI based tools for some time, and after providing those now use of AI, any problem can be very quickly solved. Means what we can think of, if we go deeper in research, at our even school days, there were puzzles whose answers are not known. So what is research? To proceed to something which is not known to me by using something which I know. Only thing is that hint is not to be given. After some time, hint can be given, and after that answer can be told and it can be explained. So what we can think of, set one, use conventional tools and set a research problem. Using conventional tools, if he is able to build it at a lesser rate, a lesser speed, earlier, will win. After that, you can provide AI tools with limited abilities, so that that can act as a hint. And after that, means for 8 hours, normal tools. Then for further 4 hours, limited ability AI tools. And you should be able to build that. And only thing is that now, there is no point in talking about open research problems, say construct a cube which is having double volume of the original one. So what we should, when we want to introduce research in academics, it should be such that the puzzles whose answers are known, the problems whose answers are very clearly known, and you are able to solve them using, say, AI tool. So you have everything with you. Then provide them phase-wise AI tools, and those who are able to win first will win. And at the end, you can directly show how AI tool provides it. So preparing a research mindset is very much possible by providing such a trajectory to them.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your thoughtful insight. And definitely this will help to all the researchers. And nowadays everyone thought about, without AI nothing is possible. Now this round is done. Now let us go to the second round. I'm again asking the question to Dr. Rathod. How can industry-academia collaboration strengthen the India's semiconductor value chain and innovation ecosystem? Please, sir.
Okay. Again, a great question, because there are two important words here, academics and industry, which these two are the different words altogether, and they don't talk much to each other. So let us try to understand semiconductor industry situation in country. So we need to understand the supply chain, entire process. So we require the materials, semiconductor materials, and a lot of fab processes happen. So that means fabrication technologies, from the basic raw material to processing, lead up ion implantation, and so many processes are there. So you require a fab, you require a material, you require a fab. Then comes what you manufacture in the fab, a particular design. So you require design services. It has to be cheap, has to be designed. For designing now, manual design is outdated, nobody does that. It is using the tools, softwares, and these softwares are quite costly. However, there are open source tools also available which are used in our academics, but you require a fundamental knowledge of softwares. Industries use these softwares and they are renowned softwares. So design services. Once you design, you give the chip to the fab, then they fabricate it. And let us assume we go up to packaging. So packaging industry is there, we package it. And then you have a different supply chain through which you can go into the particular product and it goes till the consumer. So when you talk about a semiconductor industry, it's not about one chip. It is starting from the material science to the consumer. There are a lot of things involved into this chain. Now where is India? In India, we have a gap here. We are very good in design services. We have good designers available. Rather, I would say that almost all the semiconductor industries, they use our designers. However, there are very limited manufacturing companies. Limited, I said, because now government is open and we are starting in that sector also. Now we started iPhone, etc. That means it's an assembly sector. We are simply assembling those products. We are designing embedded products, but we are not actually manufacturing the chips. So the gap is that manufacturing part. So we are good in the design services. We supply the design. It gets manufactured. Let us take an example of Taiwan. Then it comes back to us. Then we assemble. Product is ready, and then it has been given to the consumers. So this is what is an industry. Now let us talk about academia. In academia, whatever courses are there, mostly they are basic material science related courses, and then we go towards the VLSI design part. So again, we teach here design. As far as teaching learning is concerned, a lot of theory, no doubt, but what about hands-on experience? So we give the hands-on experience on tool sets about design services. But finally, where is the gap? That gap is that fabrication part. Because we don't have fabs, so we are not able to provide that experience to the students. So that is a gap, industry academia gap in the semiconductor supply chain. Now as far as collaboration is concerned, now again, as I said, tool sets were very costly, but now fortunately government has come up with so many programs under which they are supplying tool sets to the good engineering colleges. So softwares as of now are available into good engineering colleges for the design services. So we can have the designs ready, and then there are C2S, like cheap to service, cheap to startup programs, wherein we can also give it to the fab labs. So all these are available, but since there are not much semiconductor industries available in the country, so they are not coming forward to give the internships, placements, projects. That is still a distant dream. But if we take an entire supply chain, student can work in the silos, maybe a packaging industry, maybe the initial part of the fab or the design services. Those things are possible. So industries are most welcome, but then we require first in the semiconductor industry in the country. It's like that.
Sir, very true. Thank you. And definitely design engineering has crucial role in engineering field. Now I have a second panelist question. As he's from control systems, right? You are from control. So how do you foresee the integration of AI and sensor fusion improving the drone safety and its control system?
Yeah, because drone has cameras as well as communication systems. So they can go and capture any pictures, and it can be taken out, but it is the without permission. If you are taking someone pictures, it is the breach of securities, and that should not be happened. So, and another things, if you are operating the drone, there is a problem of hacking, because your drone can be hacked. If you are send some drone from here to someone office or someone premises to take the pictures and send the videos and audios, without knowledge of that person or without knowledge of that organization, and at that time there will be problem. And that's why there are certain guidelines of DGCA, Director General of Civil Aviation. They have always earmarked some areas where you can fly the drone. You cannot fly the drone, even though if you want to fly the drone for the marriages, previously people are taking now you have to take the permission for flying the drone to take the pictures or to make a shootings. That is there, privacy. And if you apply the AI, now you have to sort out those issues, because it is not someone drone. Your drone can be hacked, or your data can be taken out from your offices. Yes or no? Your whatever lab. Suppose I am working on the someone's solutions. If someone is hacked my rooms, or he has taken all my pictures or all algorithm, that can be hacked. So we have to make a sustainable solution or AI based solution which will be tamper proof. It should not be happen, because drone can be hacked anytime, because in the operational of war scenario, China's they are working very good in the softwares or codings. So first we have to make our coders that level, and for that we required cyber security also. Cyber security policy government has announced it, but it is not that strict. We are not stringent to that policy, and we are not implementing that. So they will definitely, but as an educational institute or as a industry, they have to prepare certain solutions which can be give us cyber related solutions, and which can be stronger, which cannot be hacked. And India problem is that we always not a Atma Nirbhay. What we are doing it, we are breaking the codes of others generally and make the pirated. But we have to reduce it. We have to become a Nirbhar, and that's why that will give the solutions. And small now school, there is a people are learning Python and all. They are making it. Small 17 years boy establish a company of cyber securities and all. So we have to go that way. But we must be truthful to ourselves. First things, we should not use that pirated. There are in academics, because of the lot of costly software, even though drone softwares are very costly. If I want to design a drone, it cost me near about lakhs together, 15 lakhs more and more, because we purchase one software, it costs 25 lakhs for our drone design. So that is not freely available, but we have to find out some solution. Now lot of computer engineers are there, they can make a solution which software can be resembled to your original drone softwares. We should not pirate it, but we should make ourselves, and that makes our systems AI, and there be integration of AI with the drone, UAV and all. Future is that only. It's a combination, not single disciplines. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for your insight. Now the question to the third panelist, Tamankar, sir. What are the key challenges in ensuring the security and reliability in large-scale IoT, particularly in deployments?
Okay, rightly mentioned by the second panelist. In the IoT, this huge data get created. So what about the data privacy and data integrity? This is the major challenge, because all these devices which are connected to the IoT, there is a huge network scale. And for that, maintaining this is a bigger challenge. With that, all these devices are heterogeneous. They are working on the different protocols. They are working on the different hardware. So maintaining what we call it, the integrity between them is the huge challenge. Okay. At the same time, all this is built on the embedded device. That's why there is a very limited computing power, very limited communication power. And in that, you cannot put the robust security things on that. So we need to develop a very lightweight security, but at the same time, that should work with these heterogeneous devices. This is the major challenge. Secondly, gateway plays an important role in this IoT, because through the gateway only entire data exchange happens. So that gateway design with the multiple protocols, with the huge data exchange, with the lightweight protocol is the challenge. Okay, at the same time, the reliability of this entire thing, maintenance is the major challenge in the IoT, because of this low power and low cost devices. We have very good security system in place, but that is having huge cryptographic computing and other that we cannot build on the small embedded device. That's why converting that, all the things for the low computing is one of the challenge here. At the same time, maintaining this all heterogeneous and making the one network with this larger scale. That are the major challenges with the IoT security.
Yes, thank you, sir. Now the panelist 4, Marathe sir. The question is, what is the ethical and societal challenges that researcher must addresses while developing AI-driven systems?
See, now the ethical challenge which AI has posed to entire mankind can be of grave concern. I recollect 1969 Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, which now nobody hears about. Then 1996 Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty. Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, very few know. Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty pertains to ban on development of simulation softwares of nuclear explosion. So when we used to hear about it, we were somewhat skeptical. How it is possible? How a watch can be kept? Who is doing what? At least on nuclear, you can get something through information, small tremors and all that. But who is developing which software, how a watch can be kept. India refused to sign that. But that time means why it was felt so. Nobody talks about complete disarmament. Complete disarmament is not expected. When there is a mankind, there has to be some disputes. But nuclear things had a potential of devastating entire mankind. Like that, we are afraid whether the growth in AI, and if it goes to wrong hand, will it turn everything into a black hole? Means as drone is being talked about, when we, somebody will say, why one can question, how can we restrict the research? We are having miniaturization, so drones are now becoming of insect size. So an insect sized drones with poison put into it. Now earlier, for getting your opponent eliminated, there was a need of some suicide bomber, and you have to invest on human being, that is his successors, because he is supposed to die, and his successors are to be suitably compensated for that. But now with insects, drones, non-living animals doing, non-living entities doing that, it has posed a very great challenge. And the challenge is of multifold, that there were few thinkers who were preaching something good, that it should not happen. Mankind, at least, even when we talk against bold statement, but even when we talk about Trump, now everybody is skeptical about him. Everybody says that what Trump, the highest power having huge arms potential, talks about peace, world peace. So at least people are saying that good should be there in public in large numbers. But today, if AI disrupts the entire thinking process, means something which was considered to be not so good maybe few decades back is today not considered that bad. But it took generations for us to come to this thing that this is okay. It was earlier bad. But if AI disrupts the thinking process, and if it means AI is having a potential to disrupt the entire, what we can say, environment of human beings, concept of goodness, ethical things. So the question is, the question contains ethical, but ethical is not means there is no universal definition of ethicality. Ethical itself is a perception. If AI can corrupt, means in late 90s we were talking about virus. Virus will make the system non-working, but somehow in today, if you ask today's students, virus is something they have forgotten. Maybe inbuilt antivirus and all those things. But if your AI disrupts the mankind's thinking process, and if that changes the very definition of ethicality, it means if my definition of ethicality is very low, then everything is ethical. So that means AI has that potential, and I don't think that let us hope that to that extent we will not progress in our generation. What future is really uncertain. It is not that means when computers came in India, there were many people who thinking that no, computer is bad, there will be unemployment and all that. But this fear, not only here, but those who have OpenAI developer himself is thinking that why I developed it. It is ज्याला आपण भस्मासुरी संकल्पना आहे, तो होईल काय अशी भीती आहे. आता त्याला उत्तर देण्याकरता काय काय करायला लागेल हा एक स्वतंत्र चर्चा आहे. That itself can be an area of research.
Yes, sir. So thank you so much. Now this forum is open for audience, please. Any question from students or faculty, you please proceed. Any question? Do you have question, please?
How can the current education system prepare students for AI-driven world? how can current education system prepare student for an AI-driven world?
See that AI itself has driven the current education system now. It is not that how current education system is developing. Means even in, forget about others, in our college itself, if we think of, let us be very much frank, if we exclude AI, CSE and to some extent IT, these three disciplines, there is no compulsory AI subject for in the entire engineering curriculum of 4 years as of now. Entire AI, it's a fact that everybody is aware of. So, it's when this subject is not there, what is going on? That earlier there was, when graphics was there was glass tracing, that master sheet was there being glass traced, then teachers were rubbing it, whether it looks yellow, you have copied and all that thing. Now for assignments, all AI tools with Mini, Perplexity, ChatGPT are providing that to again on WhatsApp. Even there is no need to install that app also. So because of that means, and earlier if you talk of electronics, there were simulation software like PSpice. But the problem was that when it was non-graphics based, we have to draw a circuit, then to feed that circuit to that utility, that huge coding was required, syntax was there, and that syntax, learning that syntax was a problem. But now you directly give the image. So that image is providing you directly, that your AI tool provides you the solution. So now the question is, then there is no question of banning AI. Only thing is, or as you said, this itself tells that AI has put a question mark on need of education system itself. That without having anything in the curriculum, students are able to do that. Just like a smartphone being used by a kid, it doesn't require any training. Now, if you and you raised a very good question. There are few students. I give a challenge that forget about AI. When we talk of chess program, when Deep Blue and Kasparov match was there, that time this world AI, it is in 1996, the world AI was not being so talked about. It was to a substantial extent conventional programming. Today I give a challenge to students, whether they are able to, developing entire chess is difficult. I am having a simple question. Whether they are able to write a program which will rook and king on one side, king on the other side, and the AI tool plays with rook and king, the other person plays with king, and write a program to ensure checkmate. If that can be done by our education system, I think it's a great achievement. What has happened? That there are buzzwords: deep learning, supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and since everything is now very readily available, when there was 25 years back, Windows was not there. When you were having programming through DOS and C programming, that time .bgi error was coming when you want to display something on screen, and there were very few who were able to tackle that BGI error. But in today's generation, everything is so plug and play that there are no complaints. Laptop is not working is not a complaint. Smartphone is not working is not a complaint. Means something if actually damages, then it is there. But instructions not working, something not installing, that issue is never there. So everything being available plug and play, students are able to give the results without knowing its flow. If we are able to inculcate the theme of the flow getting developed by them, then as I said, rook and king, then you can go for rook, one knight and one bishop and king, and then you can, another thing is develop king on one side, rook on, king is with AI player, king and two knights with human being, and AI player should be able to avoid mate because mate is impossible if you play nicely. So if these puzzles can be solved by conventional programming, it is a very good platform for AI.
Yes, sir, we got it, your point. I would like to add in one or two lines about the question that how to prepare the students for future of work, which is driven by AI. So as sir mentioned, AI has penetrated in all the sectors, may it be mechanical. So first thing I understood from his talk is that there has to be a AI related course, compulsory course in all the disciplines. So irrespective of a discipline, AI has to be there. Then only you are going to prepare your students. Mechanical students will be prepared if they study AI. Now next thing is, I fully understand what he was trying to tell is that the coding, when we say it is slowly it's going to become irrelevant. Now if we want to prepare the student for future of job, then it's a logical thinking. So only logical thinking can prepare the students for AI related jobs. That's what also Deloitte or other industries says. Thank you.
May I? One sentence. I will not take much time, because what is happening nowadays, people are, one of the good quote also, robotic scientists, they are telling that we are afraid of learning the basics of engineering. That is our basic problems. If I am an engineer, my aptitude should be good. Why we are taking the engineers? Why we are different from other people, from the science graduate or humanity? Why? That is the because of we are chosen in any job for any job. Suppose you have to work in multi-disciplines. No one taught you. Even though administration, no one taught you. You learned by your logic. You are taking the decision of the logic. So people, what they are now, young Janji people are doing it. They are copying everything. Copy and paste. They are not utilizing their brains. And that is a sad part of it. What you are saying, they are the born with the technology. They are more smarter than you. But you ask any basic questions. What is the logic behind that? Even though spirituality, if you are going to the temple or if you are worshipping something, if you ask the logic behind that, they are not knowing. So that is the things, first things, they should develop their logic. Coding is not the problem. Language is not problem. Anytime they can understand, they can learn. But problem is that. Suppose mechanical engineer, if he doesn't have a concept of applied mechanics, how he can apply the force analysis for the any beams or any fabrication of or manufacturing of any device, mechanical device? So that is the basic problem. Education system is not problem. How you take, that is the basic fundamental problems. Right. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir. So,
Can we ask question?
Please. Yeah. One question, please.
Well, shaping the future of research is the main important, because education is leading because of the research, and the research takes the education ahead and ahead. So the AIML is actually put the people into a dilemma that whether it will help us or not. Definitely it is killing the human neural network. So we have to set up a policy to in a such a way that it should be there in the education, but at the same time, our fundamentals should not be get disturbed. I think Marathi sir is more focused on that. The education fundamentals or ethics and values need to be preserved even though there are AIML tools. So my question is, any panelist can focus that what kind of policies we should set up in research, or what challenges are there in research, so that this AIML, IoT, whatever comes, that will be in the direction of the research, it will be helpful.
Okay, sir. Good, two different aspects you are trying to say here. One is research and another is emerging technology, AIML. Now, as I said just now, that every domain has been affected by AI/ML. Similarly, research is being affected by AI/ML. So few years back, when we want to work on something, we need a book, we need to understand a lot of literature. It used to take a lot of time to understand. We used to maintain the data, and then analysis, then experimentation, and so many things. And then writing the paper itself was a tough task. But now with the Gen AI, even if you want to write the thesis, I don't know whether 10 minutes are good enough to write the entire thesis on any topic. You just give the commands and everything is ready. Now in this case, if we see, it is very difficult to find out whether the candidate has copied or not. You do have a lot of tool sets available, like Turnitin, if we say, from IEEE only recommends that. So plagiarism, you can definitely find out. AI enabled tool sets are there. Whether it has been generated by the AI tool set, you can find out. Similarity index is also there. There are so many things available, no doubt, just to find out the matching algorithms. But finally, what matters is the human being, your personal ethics, my personal ethics. How good am I? Am I intent to copy? What for I am doing the research? Am I doing the research for publishing the papers only, or for doing something good for humanity? If I am doing good for humanity and publication probably is a secondary task, then ethics I will never forget, because I want to do a good work and then publish it. But if my publication is the only target, then probably I will use all tool sets, everything, and try to publish the papers. So ethics, sir, these are, I personally believe they are our own inbuilt in our system, isn't it? Otherwise, it has become very tough to find out whether it is copied or not. All of us knows that assignments also very difficult to find out whether it is copied or not. That's it.
Very true, sir. Ethics need to be followed in publication. To add on this, I would like to add one point. If you have to publish a paper, you have to see the good top papers. That means this conference is related to the IEEE. So try to publish in IEEE transactions. Definitely they will see the depth applications and there in terms of some kind of applications. So that would be better to have the follow the standards. Yes. So anyone have the last question, please? Yes.
Okay, so good evening everyone. I am from last year electrical. I have one question regarding semiconductor industries. So yes, I am currently interning in one of the semiconductor company in Bangalore, that is Applied Materials.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so I have one question regarding that while transforming from students academics and going into some semiconductor industries, there is like some gap in the knowledge of semiconductor industries, because the semiconductor physics is much more different than what we are learning in our normal conventional physics and the electrical and electronic aspects. So how should students be like fab ready for becoming able to not only for internship or jobs, but also to have to gain knowledge in the semiconductor industries and areas, because it is a growing area and it's one of the most like crucial areas.
Yeah, got your
right
question.
now.
But
Yes.
before that, may I know you are in which year right now?
I am in last year.
Final year.
Final
Electronics engineering.
Electrical.
Electrical engineering. Oh, great. That's why you probably might have felt that gap, because when we talk about semiconductor materials, it starts from the device physics. You have to study the band diagram, you have to study the Miller indices, and basically SMZ, if you know that book. So it starts from there. It teaches you the orientation of the crystalline structure. From there you start your semiconductors materials. So go on studying one semiconductor material. Let us say silicon as a semiconductor material, because lot of volumes of books are available on silicon as a semiconductor. But don't forget that that's not the only semiconductor material available. There are so many semiconductor materials, including germanium, and there are compound semiconductors like gallium arsenide. You have gallium and you have an arsenide. And a lot of products, when you see the lights, your lasers, etc., they are actually made up of gallium arsenide or the light emitting devices, those kind of materials. Nowadays, there are materials like carbon nanotubes, smart materials. So Applied Materials is the company which works on completely on materials, does innovations, everything on materials. So you are working, by the way, congratulations, you are working in a fantastic company. So if you want yourselves to study about the materials, I would recommend you to have the tool sets knowledge also, fundamental knowledge, which simulates the materials. There are many tools available wherein you can simulate. Online tools are also available, like NanoHub is a website on which you can do the simulations of materials. That's one way of learning. Second way of learning is starts from fundamentals, crystalline structure and the basic properties of semiconductors, different semiconductors, understand them and then try to have some kind of a design or something like that. That's the only way. But you have to study your fundamentals when you are talking about materials, material processing. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
Now, government has good initiative of NEP 2020. So, I think yours is the last batch which is non-NEP. Now, students have a great chance to learn the other subject which they are very much interested. So, if at all you are interested in the other than electrical stream, now henceforth students are ready with at least basic knowledge of that with this NEP. So, this is the good initiative from the government of India, which they are given chance to student to learn the things which they need to follow or they need to pursue in their career.
Actually, I'm so happy to see at Walchen, such a rural place, and a student is interning with applied materials. It's really a great achievement. I would like to connect you at some point of time.
Yeah, that's great, sir. That's really great. Yes. Thank you to all the STEM panelists for sharing such an insight perspective. It is clear that future research lies in collaboration, innovation and adaptability, where academia, industry and government work hand in hand to create sustainable technology process. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mohali sir. As we come to the end of this thoughtful discussion, one message stands clear, that the future of technology depends on how well academia prepares minds to imagine and create. Because from all of the discussion, we can say technology gives us power and ethics gives us purpose. So learning and research shows us how to use both the things wisely. So I sincerely thank our panelists for sharing their valuable insights and experience. My gratitude also goes to the organizing committee of ICFT2025 and to everyone present over here for being part of this meaningful exchange. Let us carry forward the idea shared today and turn them into actions that shape a brighter future tomorrow. Thank you all once again. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.